Bismillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. So I am back at the pond today, and today I have a very important lesson for parents with children that are 9 and up. Recently I had a conversation with a parent of how important it is to teach our kids about wet dreams and how our kids aren't being taught that, or we don't know if they are being taught that in the masjids and in their classes, and the parents themselves aren't teaching them because it's a embarrassing topic, and but it is an important topic. So a few days later, I was doing a seerah class with my kids, and we were covering Badr at the time. And for those who are familiar with the Battle of Badr, you know that prior to the battle, all the Sahaba woke up junub. They all had wet dreams. And so we're reading this in the seerah, and for me, I took that as an opportunity to teach my kids about the fiqh of wet dreams. Now, I have a 4.5-year-old, which I didn't go into, or I didn't explain to her what we were talking about. Usually when we're doing seerah dars, I make sure she's involved and she understands in her own, at her own level. But for this topic, I didn't bother, which is fine. She was fine not knowing as well. I do have also a 9.5-year-old, 11-year-old, and a 13-year-old. So all of them are an age that they should know about the fiqh of wet dreams. So I kept the language very elementary. I did mention, so wet dream is, and this is what, as a parent, you can use this. A wet dream is when you have a dream, and if you're a boy, seeing yourself hugging a girl, or seeing a girl in your dream, hugging or kissing her, or, just being intimate in other ways with her. And when you wake up, you find wetness in your underwear or on your private parts. And if that occurs, you need to take a ghusl. You can't just wash it off and do wudu and pray or read Quran. You can't do any of that. You have to take a ghusl if you see wetness. And so that was as simple as I put it. I did mention, what if the possibility, if you see wetness and you don't remember having a wet dream. So for the boys, I mentioned if it's white and thick, that is usually comes out after having a wet dream, then you should still take a ghusl. If you don't remember having a dream, if you see wetness that's white and thick, then you need to take a ghusl as well. And for the girls, I said if it's different than the normal wetness that you have in the private parts, in the private areas already. The private areas of a woman is always moist and wet. So if that wetness is different, there's more moisture there than usual when you wake up, then you also have to take a ghusl. And with that was the fiqh of wet dreams. But I also did mention having not wet dreams, but just having discharge, which is called medi, which comes out during, the fiqh books say, during foreplay and during excitement. So this is different than the mani, which is having an orgasm or coming after a wet dream or after sexual fulfillment. So these are not words that I used with them, but I'm just letting you know as parents the difference for you to understand. So what I mentioned about madhi is that there is a discharge that you see that can happen even when you're awake. That if, for example, if you watch something that was inappropriate, or if you were thinking about something that maybe you shouldn't have been thinking about, or thinking about like a girl or thinking about a boy, and so after that you had some discharge from that needs to be, that you have to do wudu from. Okay, so that's not you don't have to do ghusl from that, but you have to do wudu from that. As for if there is more, so if somebody goes beyond that and is just not just thinking about it or what they call fantasizing about it, but goes beyond that and is more physical and is touching one's private parts, which is not allowed. It's you shouldn't do that. But if somebody did that and then they had some discharge because of touching themselves, and they felt after that, they feel this feeling of fulfillment that okay, they don't need to touch themselves anymore, they're done, that needs a ghusl. Okay, at that point they need a ghusl. But if they were just thinking and it was kind of getting excited about about the, I don't say opposite sex, but I say about if a boy or a girl, if you're getting excited about that, that discharge from there, that what comes out from there, that needs wudu. But if you keep going on with that, continuing with that, that would need and you get to a point where you feel fulfilled, or you don't need to do anymore, and there's a lot more discharge, a lot more comes out from that, then at that point there's you need to do a ghusl. So it's a very basic explanation, and it's all aligned with strong fiqh. This is the fiqh of it.